Very good job, Ann, as usual.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Ah, Father, you rang? I mean, you didn't actually ring. You wanted to see me?
Yes, Ann's written some promotional announcements for a new campaign here.
It's just a rough draft.
Hey, this looks like a trivia quiz. Oh, about the Mecklenburgers.
See? Told you it was so good, even Dennis understands it.
But what does this have to do with a promotional campaign?
Because next month, we're releasing a DVD boxed set of the first 2 seasons of the Mecklenburgers.
And we thought a Mecklenburgers trivia quiz would be a good way to promote sales.
Oh, good idea.
That's a good idea. I thought of it.
Oh, then it's a great idea.
Look, I made you station manager. Don't start sucking up.
Right. Stop sucking.
So what do you think of the trivia questions, Dennis? Are they too hard?
Now, let's see. Who went down the Blue Comet water slide in his business suit? I know that one. You did.
Don't remind me.
It made for great TV.
Yeah, but it ruined the best suit.
Oh, here's another one. How many actors have played Mr. Mecklenburger?
3 so far.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Jennifer runs them all off like she's Liz Taylor.
Oh, never mind. I just want to make sure everybody in the station knows the answers to those questions.
Yeah, they could be like ambassadors of information for the show.
Cool. Ambassador Dennis Lewis. I like the sound of that.
But don't make it embarrassing, Dennis Lewis.
Hey.
All right, let's get on with it. Now make sure that everybody around here knows the history of the Mecklenburgers.
I'm on it, Chief.
And don't call me Chief.
Well, I guess that makes me Lois Lane. Or not.
Hey, Rick, let's talk trivia.
Can I wait a sec? Because I'm setting up for a scene.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, where are you going? I need lighting for camera setup. Hello?
Hey, Rhonda, I know you're busy, but...
I don't have time right now, boss man. Anna's got to shut up. And Rick, wait just a second.
Oh, Jennifer.
Dennis, just the man I needed to see.
Oh, good. About what?
Oh, I have just a little trivial matter.
Ooh, perfect. How about this one? In what episode did the Mecklenburgers have to go on live?
I remember that. It was dreadful. It was the episode about emergent literacy at the public library. Do you remember my first husband, Anthony? He burned his tongue and couldn't speak.
Hey, that's pretty good.
No, it was not good, because we were live, and no one could understand a word he was saying. What does that have to do with my issue?
Your issue?
Oh, my teensy-weensy little itsy-bitsy trivial matter.
So you don't want to talk about the Mecklenburgers trivia?
Oh, heavens no. I need the RV. You see, my house is being painted, and I just can't take the risk that I would get paint on any of my clothes.
The station's RV.
Yeah, just for a weekend, or maybe a month. 6 months, tops.
You call that trivial?
What's trivial? None of your beeswax, Jade. You have the most annoying habit of showing up just in time to butt into my conversations.
Ooh, maybe it's because I love you so very much.
As understandable as that is, history shows otherwise.
Oh, yeah, history. Yeah, let's talk history.
Ooh, yes, I love history. Did you know I am teaching Amy and Emma all about Mecklenburg history?
Hey, I thought I was supposed to do that. Brady just told me to make sure that everyone around here knew the Mecklenburgers' history.
Well, I'm the girls' tutor, aren't I?
Maybe you've been fired. Ah, I knew Brady would come around eventually.
Well, actually, I've just spoken to Brady, and he didn't say anything about me being fired.
No, but I have the quiz right here. Listen, who won the Mecklenburg Cup in the Astonishing Race episode?
What does that have to do with Mecklenburg history?
Pish posh, I know the answer to that because I won the cup. It was Trish Mecklenburger. Or was it Jennifer? Is it Jennifer playing Trish?
Whoa. Are you all talking about true history, or are you talking about the Mecklenburgers' history?
Is there a difference?
Oh, I get it. You're talking about the history of Mecklenburg County.
And you're talking about the history of the Mecklenburg TV show.
Again, is there a difference?
Well, Jennifer, hard as it might be for you to imagine, there is a whole history that has nothing to do with you.
Now we are talking trivia. Dennis, what do you think about that, RV? Okay, I've got to go. I will see you later. Ta-ta.
Bless her heart.
So you're a history buff, too?
What do you mean, too? Do you like history?
Oh, absolutely, especially here in the South.
I've got a great idea. I am taking Amy and Emma on a field trip to meet a friend of mine who is fabulously knowledgeable about history around here. Why don't you come and join us?
Oh, well, I have to finish this quiz. Hey, but I'll check around and see if anyone else wants to go. I mean, who doesn't want to learn more about history?
Uh-huh. Great.
Ooh, try those, they're good.
Oh, no, I'm going to stick with Tootsie Roll.
I hate history. I prefer to keep an eye on the future.
Why exactly are we here?
Well, Dennis said that we needed to learn about Mecklenburger history.
Why is it his story anyway? Why can't it be her story? It's discrimination against women. That's what it is.
Well, in that case, then it should be People-tory.
Or human-tory? This better be graded on the curve.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you noted historian Dr. Dan Morrill.
Good morning, Dr. Morrill.
Dr. Morrill.
Dr. Morrill is professor at UNC Charlotte and is also executive director of the Historic Landmarks Commission. And there is absolutely no one better than to teach us about Mecklenburg history than Dr. Morrill. So,
Now, well, we'll be the judge of that. For example, see if you can answer me this, Dr. Morrill. Who was the only member of the Mecklenburgers crew to appear on camera as talent on camera?
Well, that'd be you, Rick. You were pressed into service as a reporter when everybody thought that Ann had been put in jail.
Okay, how about this? Who was the star of the show on adoption?
Oh, that's so easy. Amy, you were the star.
He's good.
Look, I'm a big fan of the Mecklenburgers, but I'm an even bigger fan of the history of our community.
and that's why we're here.
All right. My turn. My turn to ask questions. You know what McDeck Day is?
How about when Mecklenburg County residents have to clean their decks?
Wait, I'm channeling someone here.
William Polk!
Does William Polk ring a bell?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, William Polk was the son of Thomas Polk. He put out this pamphlet, got all these testimonials from people in the community that said in May 1775, all these local folks got together and signed something called the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence, declaring their independence from Great Britain. Now, understand that this was 14 months before the Continental Congress passed Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence that we celebrate on the 4th of July.
So Mecklenburg County leaders declared independence from England first?
That's the legend. That's the legend. And the legend is that when they found out about the Battle of Lexington, the captains of the local militia companies came together at the courthouse right up here at the corner of Trade and Trine Street on the 20th of May, 1775. Thomas Polk came out on the steps, read the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence, and then on the 31st of May, they passed the Mecklenburg Resolves.
And it has been known as McDeck Day ever since, and has been celebrated on a very grand scale with fireworks and dinners and balls and firing of guns and all kinds of things, even speeches by prominent speakers such as Presidents Taft, Wilson, Eisenhower, and Ford.
This history is more interesting than I thought. I'm glad Dennis made us come.
Yeah, me too. History is for me.
Kick it, Rick.
Yeah. History
Is for me.
History
Is for me. History is for me. Come on, girls. History is for me. Woo!
Hello, my name is Rodney Sellers. I'm the Recreation Coordinator Supervisor here at the Mecklenburg County Aquatic Center. Some of my everyday tasks here, scheduling, monitoring lifeguards, making sure they're monitoring our patrons, keep everything safe, keep up with the latest techniques and standards in life-saving, trying to make sure everybody have what they need in a public facility. One of the things that keep me going here at the Aquatic Center is meeting all the different people. Everybody have different needs, and it's a great place for people to funnel in. We have kayakers, swimmers, divers, water exercise, swim lessons, water polo, kayak water polo, and it becomes a balancing act getting everybody in and the time they need. But we do enjoy having them all here. The best thing about my job is knowing that everybody came through the door, had a great experience.
Dennis, I want an update on the Mecklenburger trivia question. Yes, I want it right now. And don't call me Chief.
I am Chief.
How'd you do that? Never mind. What's the status?
Oh, I'm working on it. Yeah, I got it covered. I'm on top of it.
Have you done anything yet?
It's the next thing. I mean, it's the next step. I'm going to get to it right away.
Have you any new questions at all?
Oh, definitely.
Well, let's see.
See, Jennifer knew all the answers to the old questions, so I wrote some new ones here.
All right.
For example, in the Latta Plantation episode, who plays the Mecklenburg County mascot, and what is that mascot? Oh, and in the Jennifer for Mayor episode, who does she make put out all the campaign signs? Oh, and in what episode does Mr. Mecklenburger out-jog Miss McGillicuddy?
All right, that's enough.
Oh, but hey, here, I want to keep this a secret because I'm going to make everybody take the quiz.
Testing them, huh? Now you're being a real Lewis. Make it happen, boy.
I'm all over it.
Well, good. And don't call me
Chief!
So, there's still some controversy surrounding the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence, right?
Right, but there's no doubt about the Mecklenburg Resolves.
What's that?
It's something to do on New Year's.
No, it's a stain remover.
No, not exactly. The Mecklenburg Resolves, really quite a document. As I said, we have an actual copy, signed on May 31st, 1775, in which the local citizens said that they were just not going to submit any more to the authority of the king.
Wow. History is so cool. I mean, it's like historic, you know.
You make it interesting.
Well, thank you very much.
I think this would make a great topic for an episode of one of our shows.
Well, only if there's visuals to show on the TV, like historic sites.
Does Mecklenburg County even have historic sites? Everything seems so new.
Well, look, in a growing community like Charlotte, you have to balance preservation with growth, but we've invested a lot in preserving historic sites.
Right, like the $9 million Historic Landmark Revolving Fund, right?
Exactly. Now, the taxpayers passed bonds to create this revolving fund, which allows the Historic Landmarks Commission to buy and restore and sell historic sites. And when we sell it, the money revolves, goes back into the fund so that we can do future projects.
Right. As a matter of fact, the Historic Landmarks Commission was created by the Charlotte City Council and Board of County Commissioners back in 1973. And they're the ones that are responsible for overseeing these projects.
All right, so how well does the Historic Landmarks Commission preserve Charlotte's history?
Well, Rick, last year there were 6 new sites saved and several were designated as historic landmarks.
So it's just a myth that Charlotte-Mecklenburg doesn't preserve its history.
Well, we're just very fortunate that Charlotte has invested so much in historic preservation, but there's always room for improvement.
I'm envisioning a trip in our future
Really? Where?
to some historic sites for some video for the show.
Maybe Dr. Morrow can be our guide.
That sounds like a great idea. Would you do the show with us, Dr. Moore?
Well, I'd be honored.
Perfect. Well, I'll talk to Ann about it. But you know what? I think it's time now that we all get back to the station so we can take Dennis's trivia quiz.
Oy vey.
I know.
I mean, do we really have to take this test?
I envision straight A's.
See, that's not fair. I mean, she probably already knows the questions.
But I bet she doesn't know the answers. Perhaps only Moi knows the answers.
Well, then Rhonda will probably read your mind, huh?
Oh, she wouldn't dare. Besides, I don't want her to get all tangled up in my complex thoughts. Oh, pink lint.
Okay then. Since Jade is an actual teacher, she could be the test proctor.
protest. Jade shouldn't be exempt from taking the test. If we have to take it, then she should have to as well.
I have absolutely no problem taking this test.
Well then, why don't we make it interesting, Jade? With a little wager.
Ooh, what did you have in mind?
I've got it. How about this? The winner takes me out to dinner.
I envision great laughter.
You mean on the date?
No.
I have an idea. How about if I do better on this test, you have to come into work all next week on time?
Ooh.
How about if I win, which I will, then you have to take out a full-page ad in the newspaper saying that I am the greatest actor you have ever worked with, including yourself.
I envision great laughter. No, I don't.
It's a deal. Ooh, I would shake your hand, but I'm afraid your skin might scratch me.
All right. All right. We'll just take the test tomorrow. Everyone go get a good night's sleep.
That sounds great. Good.
Rick?
Yeah.
At home?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Drac, I appreciate you working camera today.
Believe me, given the choice, I'd rather be here. Besides, you'll get my bill.
Oh, I know. So, Dan, now when I say action, I just want you to tell us about this great historic site, just like you're talking to a friend, okay?
I am ready.
Okay, great. Ready? And action.
This house, built in 1774 by Hezekiah Alexander, one of those Scotch-Irish settlers who came down here from Pennsylvania, a rock house, really top-of-the-line house in the 18th century. And one of the things the Historic Landmarks Commission does is to recognize these very special historic places, and this is a very definite historic place.
Cut. Great job, Dan.
He's better than some of our actors.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just pack this stuff up and move on to the other site.
All right.
My name is Kim Campbell. I work for Area Mental Health Authority. I am the clinical director for Mecklenburg Cares, which is the system of care for children's mental health. Historically, mental health services are delivered from a deficit-based approach, which means you diagnose them with the disorder and then you create a treatment plan around the deficit. And in a system of care approach, what you do is bring a team of people together who have the best interests of the child and family at heart, and you do a strengths discovery, and then you build a plan of care around the strengths. It's very fulfilling to be able to reach out to a child or family that's struggling and in need of assistance, who's desperate for help, and be able to help them see their strengths and bring them to a place where they're functioning without the need for outside formal support, to the extent that they're happy, healthy, and whole. There's nothing better than that.
We've got just a few items I need to cover before we do the test.
Can we just get on with this? I can't wait to show Jade who's the boss around here.
Jennifer, you want to listen to Dennis?
Talk to the hand, Miss Emmy winner. It's time to walk the walk, as I always say.
I don't remember her ever saying that before. Has she ever said that before?
Not that I can sense. But she will again 2 episodes from now. Stay tuned.
Come on. I don't have all day for this slaying.
Fine, but I can't be held responsible if you miss something.
Hurry up. I can feel the Botox just diminishing from my face.
Okay. So I'll read the questions and you write the answers. Ready? Question 1. What is May 20th known for in Mecklenburg County?
Is this a warm-up question?
No. Everyone done?
Wait. I got it.
Okay, who wants to offer an answer? Jennifer.
May 20th was the day I ran for mayor.
Sorry. Rick.
It is known as Mech Deck Day.
Right. Who else got that one? Jennifer, you got the wrong answer.
No, it was a trick question, so I got it right.
Wrong again.
Will you quit making that noise? You sound like a goose in heat.
Action.
This is the most important building historically in the center city because it's Charlotte's first cotton mill, built in 1883, the Charlotte Cotton Mill. And Charlotte became a city on textiles. But even more important than that, this is really at the heart of the Historic Landmarks Commission's program. We have a revolving fund. The county gives us the money to buy buildings like this, sell them with restrictive covenants in the deed that assures their preservation, and you get places like cans and office condos going on the tax rolls to make good money for Mecklenburg County.
And cut. Great, Dan.
Okay, second question. How much funding is provided by taxpayers for the Historic Landmarks Revolving Fund?
Are you sure you have the right questions? What episode was that?
Time's up. Okay, who wants to, Rhonda?
$9 million.
Correct.
Did you get that one, Jennifer?
Yes, of course.
No fair, Jennifer.
I was just putting my name on the paper.
Sorry.
Okay, Dan, this is our last site, so now just keep doing what you've been doing. Action.
If anyone doubts that the Historic Landmarks Commission is important, all they have to look at is Grace AME Zion Church. This church, here since the 1880s, left to go to the University City area last summer, and if the Historic Landmarks Commission had not bought it, it would have gone, believe me, the way of many other historic buildings in Center City, Charlotte. This building was about staying away from booze. It was all about temperance, because the idea was of the people who established this church, if African American folks stayed sober, white folks would like them better.
Cut. I love this guy.
I think I'm going to enroll in his class.
Drac,
What?
camera.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, third question. How many historic properties were restored last year in Mecklenburg County?
You mean besides Jennifer?
What does that mean?
I'll explain later.
I happen to know this one. It was 10. 11. 37.
The correct answer is
6.
This is ridiculous. What does this have to do with our show?
Nothing. That's what Dennis was trying to tell you at the very beginning, Jennifer.
she's right. I thought we really needed a quiz about our local history, not just about our show.
Well, this is an abomination. This is a ruse to set me up to look bad. And she did this.
No, Jennifer.
And you were in on it. But I'm going to fix it. I'm going to tell Brady.
See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp, dear.
Are we done yet?
I'm done. Once Brady finds out that I discarded Mecklenburger trivia for a real history, he's probably going to blow a gasket.
I'm sensing not.
I should do that.
I don't know.
Breathe.
Wax on. Wax on.
I see colors, but I don't.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Stevens. One of the ways the Mecklenburg Board of County Commissioners measures the quality of life in our community is by the number of historic properties that have been preserved. Now, the task of preservation falls mostly to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Historic Landmarks Commission. Its 13 volunteer members are appointed by the Mecklenburg County Commission and the Charlotte City Council and Charlotte Mayor. The Landmarks Commission protects historic properties in 4 ways. It recommends historic designation for properties throughout Mecklenburg County. It also buys and restores historic sites using $9 million in funds provided by taxpayers through the County Commission, repaying the funds by selling historic properties to private owners who must maintain these sites. The Landmarks Commission also oversees the design of alterations to designated historic landmarks. Finally, it educates Mecklenburg residents about the significance of historic properties. To learn more about our local history and historic landmarks, go to www.cmhpf.org. To learn more about the history of the Mecklenburgers, go to www.themecklenburgers.org.
We're the Mecklenburgers, a family from Mecklenburg County. La 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 la, Mecklenburg NC. And yes, we are your neighbors, we'll lend you a hand if you need one. We are here, we are there, we are everywhere.
In Mecklenburg County, you can reap the bounty of a park built just for you. Grayson. Forget supermarket parking lots. Forget being hassled by the cops. Grayson. Don't forget your helmet. Don't forget your pads, because playing in the bowl can take its toll. It's 10 feet deep. The banks are steep. The rails and ledges mighty sweet. Grayson. Wicked.